going on over there? Have a seat.
Okay, Adrian, thanks. ID Pioneers is a non-profit organization and movement which has been established with the sole purpose of supporting youth to discover and live their God-given identity and purpose. They accomplish this primarily through what is called a Purpose Fulfillment Life Skills Program, and their vision states, every youth in Jamaica and beyond living victoriously in purpose, powerfully influencing their world. At this time, we welcome the Executive Director and Co-Founder, Lisette Chambers, as well as Cavell Fromfield, who is a youth mentee, to share some more. Good morning and welcome, ladies.
Good morning, Amashika. Thank you so very much for having us.
All right, as founder or co-founder, 3 years now. Give me a synopsis of, why you started and why you keep going.
Okay, so ID Pioneers, as you said, is a movement of individuals that are passionate about seeing youths live on purpose. Mm-hmm. I came into my own purpose at around age 25, and for me that was really too late. I realized that my life would have been totally different, my decisions would have been shaped differently had I known who I am, my identity, had I known that I was created for a reason, for a purpose. And so because of that, I made a vow to myself that I wanted to support every single youth that I come in contact with to understand who they are and understand their purpose. They were created for a reason, and understanding your purpose at 25 or at 30, because sometimes that's around the time when persons start, wanting to be fulfilled, and that's too late. So you want them to have that understanding from as early in life, and then that shapes their decision.
So you're saying 25 is too late. So for the organization, what is your target audience or your focus group?
Right. So our target group starts at 12 years old. Mm-hmm. And we find that this is the time when they're stepping into high school. And so before they get to the time in their life when they're going to choose their careers, you help them to understand who they are, their divine design. Who does God say that they are? Why did God create them?
Are they ready at 12 to make that decision, though, that I want to be a doctor, I want to be a teacher at 12?
Well, the conversation at 12 is different. It's not a decision-making conversation at 12. It's an awareness.
Yeah.
And research shows, actually, that identity starts from 9.
Good.
They start to come into their own. Mm-hmm. At 9 years old, and I have some friends who are parents, and they will say to me, Lisette, my child, I don't know, just something just happened, like a switch just flipped, and there's a totally different child that is interacting with them at 9 years old. Okay. They begin to take on their own identity.
9 going on 30.
You understand? And so at 12 years old, you want to support them to have that awareness that, guess what, you are unique. You are different, you are powerful, you are loved. This is who God says that you are. And you are created for a reason, for a specific purpose. And then, once they understand that there is that awareness, they begin to think about that. We also support them in the program to answer questions, to conduct, they would take part in psychological assessments that helps them to understand their strengths, their personalities.
So you're doing a holistic assessment and approach to help them.
Absolutely.
So you would have joined in April of this year. What has that been like?
Honestly, for me, it has been tremendous. I found out about the ID Pioneers through their weekly link-up series during COVID-19, and it has been life-changing because the ID Pioneers, especially during the time of COVID and the change, it allowed us to condition our minds that even though we're seeing a shift, we're seeing a change in the economy, we're seeing a change in how persons are living, we're seeing a change in our parents losing their jobs. What idea can I bring to the table to ease the pressure off my mom? What idea can I bring to the table to ease the pressure off my dad? So for me, being a part of especially the Mastermind Challenge, I joined that, and along with my team, we were placed first. We are called the Generation Shifters with Kyle Brown and Brandon Winter. And
what was the idea that you put forward?
The idea that I put forward was the Big Sister, Big Brothers program. And this is where, similarly to Liz's, the ID Pioneers, is that we focus on the mental health of children especially because I see that that is often overlooked. Like, for example, you're in the household and a child is stressed and they say, Mom, Dad, I'm feeling a little stressed, schoolwork. The first response, I'm paying for the bills, I'm sending you to school and providing food. And what about their mental health? So that is where we come in to shift, as we're in the generation shifters, to shift the look on children cannot be stressed. They cannot suffer mental illness. When I too was one, since growing up I realized that, hey, I was actually stressed when I was 12 years old. I was actually depressed when I was 12 years old, but I couldn't navigate that feeling, and I said that I need to change this. I found out my purpose and I said, I need to be the one that shift this, to be the change, to find out my purpose. And at such a young age, because of the ID Pioneers, I found that, and I'm honestly grateful. It's truly a blessing.
All right, so in terms of this celebration of the 3 years, what can we look forward to going forward?
Okay, so last night we actually celebrated, and we have to have a virtual celebration, right? There's COVID-19, and so last night we had a beautiful celebration. We were just reflecting and being grateful, reflecting on the 3 years and, you know, being grateful about it. We are celebrating on our social media platforms, all across our social media platforms, with lots of prizes, lots of exciting things, lots of trivia. On Thursday of this week, we're actually going to be having our virtual game show live on Instagram, and so we're inviting everyone to be a part of it. Quite a few interesting prizes that we want to give away, right? And we certainly will be. Today is Big Up Volunteers Big Up Day, and so I want to big up all my volunteers. Oh my goodness, they are amazing, super selfless, sacrificial. Like we had our in 2020, we had our plans to go into homes because we're in state homes with the program, right? And so we had our plans to start in April, and then COVID happened. And we had to shift our strategy, and that's how the Life Skills program, Life Skills webinar came up, and we met wonderful people like Havel. But then we started back in the homes on Saturday, and I felt a sense of pride and joy when I got the photographs and, you know, of the teams in the home. They had on their masks, they were practicing physical distancing and stuff, but there's a lot of sacrifice that the volunteers are making to serve youths into their greatness, into their purpose, and I just want to say thank you everyone. Love know that already.
So we're celebrating this week, Thursday in particular, lots of games and prizes, and you also have a fundraising initiative?
Yes. So for this year, we are in state homes, and we want to reach over 60 youths. Across 3 state homes, and so we are inviting Jamaica onto this journey with us.
How do we join?
And how we're inviting Jamaica to join us, it takes cash to care, right? And so we are on a drive to raise $750,000 to cover the remaining of the costs related to our the 2020 program. And so how Jamaica can join us on this journey is that we have 2 amazing books.
You show me, and I'll show them as you explain how they can purchase. So this is one of this is a journal actually.
Yes.
And it has some quotes in there, so it's actually quite fun and engaging. So you can journal and you see some quotes on the side. Yeah, this is so appropriate for children who are 12 to, I guess, 18 in that adolescent age.
Totally. And we also have our college notebook, and this too has empowering and inspirational quotes for students. This was designed by a Jamaican, and that is offering it to us in partnership, and we are then inviting Jamaica to come and be a part of this journey. Right, and once they make contributions, then we will offer packages of these booklets or the journals to them.
Where do you find you on social media?
At ID Pioneers on Instagram and ID Pioneers on Facebook as well. And so follow us on those platforms, and you'll get more information about this book drive that's coming up.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us Sunset this morning, and keep up the good work that you're doing.
Thank you so much for having us.
Alright, it's now time to take our final